So it's been since April since we last did a market update, and things have certainly changed since then. So wanted to take a look at that, and interestingly enough, there was an article published in the Jacksonville Business Journal on August 25th that was citing some research done by both the Florida International and Florida Atlantic universities on the top 100 U.S. housing markets. And it was basically benchmarking average price points over the past, I think it was 30 years in these markets, and comparing it to today's price point, and essentially trying to get a gauge for, are we overpriced? If so, how overpriced are we? And it was an interesting read. So let's talk about that, and let's talk about what it means for Northeast Florida. Actually, before we get into the article itself, I always find this joke appropriate for conversations like this. And the joke goes something like this. How do you know that an economist has a sense of humor? He uses a decimal point. And if you don't get the joke, that's okay. It's not a very good joke anyway. But the point is, predicting future outcomes is tough business. Like, nobody has the ability to predict the future. And so when you try to predict the future with such precision, we really know that you're maybe a bit off your rocker. So I don't think that anybody has the ability to predict the future, but we can certainly look at the data and try and make proper assumptions about where things are going. So I won't try to explain the data or methodology used to comprise the statistics on this list, but I found it interesting. All the way at the bottom of the list, we have, I think it was Baltimore, Maryland, and that was the 100th out of 100 different metro areas. And at the very top of the list, so top of the list being overpriced, bottom of the list being, you could say underpriced. That's probably not the right way to describe it, but underpriced. And at the top of the list was Boise, Idaho. And so everything in between is kind of fair game. And to save you some time in reading the article, I'll just quote it here. I think these were the two most relevant paragraphs, we'll say. And I quote, "Markets with continuing inventory shortages and spiking populations likely won't face huge price declines. But that means affordability challenges will be persistent in those areas, including metros in Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina." Goes on to say markets with stagnant or declining populations and more homes for sale, such as metros in California, Oregon, and Washington, could experience major price declines. But that also would make properties there more affordable for buyers currently priced out of the market. So in a place like Jacksonville, Florida, where we're not building enough homes to keep up with the population influx, even though maybe nationally, given the inflation that we're seeing and rising mortgage interest rates, real estate prices would be declining, we may not see that same effect locally because of the demand that we have for our area. So I just wanted to get that out there. It's certainly food for thought. If you have any questions about what it would mean for your home, or maybe you're thinking about making a move and trying to factor all of this in, I would love to chat about it. 904-405-1995. and Jeff at ERA.com if you want to shoot me an email. Talk to you soon.